Yo, what's going on, everybody? I just finished a private lesson, and I got a few extra minutes till I gotta pick my daughters up to the fair and get my mental money in now because I did not get it done earlier today. So there's a story about the buffalo or the bison. That's the kind of the same thing, and the cow. And I'm going to relate this back to ourselves in wrestling, of course. And so the story goes that the cow, when they see a storm coming, they run in the opposite direction as if they could outrun the storm. But then eventually the storm catches them, and they actually spend longer in the storm because they're traveling in the same direction of the storm. Whereas the bison, when they see the storm, they go into the storm. So they actually spend less time because they're traveling in the opposite direction of the storm, right? They're going into it. So they're going that way. Okay. So how does this relate to us, and why is it so hard to be self-aware sometimes? So what I bring up to my kids is life is pretty much a series of problem solving, right? You find one problem, you solve it, you move on, and then you find another problem and you solve it and you move on. So is wrestling, right? So it's like, okay, how do I go grab that guy's leg? Right? Gotta learn a single leg. Gotta learn some setups. Once I get to his leg, how do I finish? Right? So I start learning my finishes. Oh man, everyone keeps getting my legs. How do I stop them from getting my leg? Right? So this is just a series of problems. Okay? And now, right, the cow versus the bison is like, some people hate admitting their problems. They don't want to be self-aware because being self-aware means that I'm going to have to admit I was wrong, right? So if I have a problem, it means that I don't do something very well, and I need to get better at it. But that would mean whatever I've been doing previously is just not good enough. It's not right. And growth mindset people are totally okay with this, but sometimes fixed mindset people have a really, really hard time with this. And they want to dig in. They want to prove that they're always right. And they were right. And they've been doing it right the whole time. And there is no problem. I was complaining to my wife the other day about some of the kids who I've had in here who maybe haven't reached what I feel like is their full potential. Generally, the problem is because they are not quick enough to acknowledge their problems, right? So it's like, oh, hey, this is a problem. Oh, no, that opponent was just really strong. Oh, no, I was sick that day. Oh, no, there was an injury, right? There's always some reason when I say this is a problem. There's always some reason that is not the actual problem, that it's some other thing, right? So it's hard. It's hard to admit our problems. It's hard to admit that we have shortcomings. But the people who do it the fastest generally often achieve the most because they're doing this problem solving really fast. So just like the bison who goes into the storm and they get through the storm faster, that's the wrestler who says, yes, I do have these shortcomings and I want to fix these shortcomings. So please help me. Please tell me exactly what it is I'm doing wrong, right? And then they go seek out good competition, because when they get good competition, their problems are going to get exposed, right? Versus the cow who runs away from their problems, who doesn't want to acknowledge that they have some shortcomings. They go find the easy competition, because the easy competition, that can't show their problems, because it wasn't all their moves are going to work against the easy competition. Then I have no flaws because, look, I just pinned that guy in 32 seconds. He stinks compared to me. Right? So you can see how this works out. And so I think the cow and the bison is a really important thing to recognize. And I can tell you the sign of the kids who are going to be really, really good are the ones who they're almost seeking out their own problems, right? They're trying to figure it out. They're trying to work through it. They're trying to acknowledge their problems as fast as possible so they can work on solving their problems so they can get the new problem. And then if you solve enough problems, you just become really, really, really freaking good because you solve so many problems and there's not a lot of problems left. There's always going to be problems left, of course, right? But if we attack our problems and we get better and better and better, there are going to be less problems because we're going to become very proficient at attacking the legs and then finishing on the legs and then keeping people off our legs and then in the scrambles, right? So we can gain skills, but we gain skills through acknowledging where our shortcomings are and then working on closing up those shortcomings. So cow versus the bison, very, very important story. If we see shortcomings and we move into the shortcomings, we're going to solve our problems faster and our progress will go like this, up. If we try to avoid our problems, we try to not acknowledge that they're going to be there, we try to run away, we're never going to solve those problems. And our progress will be more like, maybe a little bit up, but not very much. Sometimes down. Okay, so be like the bison acknowledge your problems, acknowledge that you're not a perfect wrestler, acknowledge that everyone can get better, start attacking your problems, fix them as fast as possible, and you will make progress much, much quicker. Okay, that's all I got. Hope you guys are having a great day. Our summer camps, our summer camps, they are going very fast. I think the overnight ones are going to be sold out by at this pace, probably like mid-February. And we have a gear order for 3 more days. If you just scroll down this page right there, you'll find a gear order. Boom. Have a great day.